Hi everybody, it's Catherine. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. All of the products that I use today you can purchase through me at Stampin' Up! At the address at the top of the screen. My project today is a gift box that is 4 1/4 by 1 1/2 by 1 1/2. And inside is, let's see, a nail polish. This is an OPI nail polish, but the Sally Hansen Diamond Strength will fit in, Sally Hansen Hardest Nails, and the Dollar Tree nail polishes will fit in. And if you won't want to go the nail polish route, you can fit 3 of these Ferraro Rocher will fit right inside. Alrighty, and close up pretty. I used the Whimsical Trees stamp set for the tree and the Christmas tree dies. I used the seasonal label dies, the Whimsy and Wonder Specialty Designer Series paper, and the mesh metallic ribbon, which was from a suite last year of the I think the Halloween, but I love it with this paper too. It's so pretty. All right, so let me tell you what we're going to be needing. Okay, we need a piece of mint macaron that is 7 1/4 by 6 1/2. We need a scrap of basic white for stamping and a scrap of mint macaron for the tag. We need 2 of these tags from the seasonal label dies, one out of the different pattern of the same DSP, Whimsy and Wonder, and one out of the mint macaron. I doubled it up because this, I want it to be nice and strong to hold the tree up and have the ribbon behind it. So I just glued one on top of the other. Alrighty. And we need, of the rest of the DSP, we need 4 pieces that are 1 1/4 by 3 1/4. 1 piece for the top that we're going to cut with the Delightful Tag Topper Punch. That is 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. And 1 piece that is 1 1/4 by 3/4 for the back here. Okay, so let's get started with our 7 1/4 by 6 1/2 piece of mint macaron. And we need the Simply Score. I'm sorry that I missed Monday. Yesterday, I didn't have much mojo, and it was Halloween, and I have to say, my husband said all of the little ones I filled all of my boxes that I've made over the last 2 months with the little trinkets and candy for the trick-or-treaters, and that he said they all loved them. So I'm so happy for that they just don't sit in a bin here, that they got made some little ones happy. Okay, so we're going to start on the 7 1/4 inch side, and we're going to score at 1 1/2, 5, and 6. We're going to turn it to the 6 1/2 inch side, and we're going to score at 1 1/2, 3, 4 1/2, and 6. Okay, before I fold and burnish, I have a special that I'm going to run up from now until the end of November. And for everyone that spends $50, you're entitled to get one of these reversible fabric baskets that I made. I have to give the pattern and the know-it-how to Chicken Scratch. She's a YouTuber for paper crafts also, and she taught us how to make this beautiful basket very easily. So if you would like to get one of these, anyone that orders $50 or more for the month of November, you will get one of these, or you can opt for free shipping as long as it's $50 or more. So I'll mail you one of these baskets, and I have several different patterns. I have like kitty-ish ones and adult ones. You can just let me know after you place your order what you'd like to do, if you'd like the free shipping or a free storage basket. Okay, now I'm going to fold and burnish. Okay, now what we want to do is this. All right, your skinniest rectangle is on the left-hand side, and there's a 1 1/2 inch strip on the bottom. Okay, and then there's 1, and I'm not sure what this is. 1 and 1 1/4 strip on the top, but we want the skinniest rectangle on the left and the 1.5 inch on the bottom. Alrighty, and what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this whole strip here and this strip, and then we're just going to cut apart all these, but I'll go very slowly. Alright, so let's start on the bottom left here, and we're going to get rid of this bottom part of the skinny rectangle, cut to the first score line, and then just snip a little bit off of the piece above it. Okay? Alright, now this first square we're going to make into a tab. So we're going to cut to the first score line and then wedge both sides here. Oops. And then we're just going to cut about 1/2 inch off the bottom. Okay, that's what I did there. Okay, we're going to skip this square and cut that edge straight up to the first score line. Go to the other side of this square, cut it straight, and then we're going to wedge both sides. And cut about 1/2 inch off. Okay, doesn't have to be exact. Right, and then this one stays as is. All right, now we're going to turn it 180 so that our skinny rectangle is on the left-hand side. Alrighty, now we want to leave this first square alone, and we're going to cut to the first score line. Okay, now we want to get rid of these 4 rectangles. All right, so turn it 1/4 turn, go into the first score line here, and cut it straight all the way up to the place we cut perpendicular. Okay, so that's what it should look like after you scored and cut it. Okay, now what we need to do, we're going to bring in our delightful tag topper punch, but we first need that piece of DSP that goes here that is 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. Yeah, this piece here, and we're going to put this right on here. Doesn't matter if it goes over a little bit. We're just going to have about 1/8 inch on either side. All right, and we're just going to glue that on, so just so that we don't have to worry about punching it twice. All right, I'm just going to put it, I'll put it straight up to the score line, and then it hangs over just a little bit, but that's okay. We just want to get that to dry a minute. All right. Okay. All right, then we're going to flip over our delightful tag topper punch, and we're going to stick this up in there. And we're just going to, I'm sorry if my head got in the way there. We're just going to make sure that it's centered here. It comes in to like the second bump on each side. Alrighty. And just punch it. Okay, and now that's all done for us, so we don't have to worry. Okay, now we need our tear and tape, and we're going to put it along this entire skinny rectangle close up to the score line. And I'm going to take the backing off with my take your pick tool. Going to flip it down, flip it over, flip over the side with the tape and the other side to meet it. Okay. So now this is going to be our front here, the part that doesn't have the flap on it. So we're going to put the sides down, and I want you to put tear and tape on both of these. On the back piece, you can just put one little piece, I just want it to secure it to the 2 flaps. And then on the front piece, we're going to put one on the close to the edge and one down in farther. Oopsie. Okay, so that's what I did. This is the back piece. It's just a little piece to attach it to here, and that's the front piece. All right, so I'm going to take the back one off first and just make sure that everything looks nice and squared. And push it down. Okay, and then this is the front piece. We're going to take the backings off. And make sure that this is nice and square. Okay, then that's the construction of our box. Now what we want to do is you can put your 3 Rochers in, or you can put your nail polish. I would put your nail polish in upside down just to do the bending, so that, see, I have a line here, but sometimes it wants to bend farther down. So what we want to do is push with our pointer and squeeze the front to back with the other fingers. Okay, and that automatically makes the nice triangle there. Right, and then this part is going to come right over the front, just like that. All right, and then you can fix your nail polish if you want to. Okay, all right, now we can put the rest of our DSP on. And the pieces that are 1 1/4 by 3 1/4 are going to go all on these lower sides. Alrighty, and then this piece that is 1 1/4 by 3/4 goes on the back right here, the top of the back. Okay, while we let this dry a little bit, we're going to get our pieces here, and the 2 labels from Seasonal Label Dies, I'm going to just attach the DSP over the mint macaron cardstock. Okay, and I'm just going to let that dry too. All right, now we're going to do some of our stamping. All right, and for the sentiment, we're going to use from the same stamp set, Let Your Heart Be Light, same stamp set as we're going to use for the little tree. Well, actually, the skinny tall tree. All right, and I'm going to use some Archival Ink. All righty. Because this is a cling set stamp, I can't do the sentiments on a cut piece. So then I'm just going to cut, this is another one of the Seasonal Label Dies, I'm just going to cut that out and I'll be right back. Okay, so there we go. All right, now for our tree, it is this one here, and we're going to use mint Macaron ink. And I'm just going to put it on here. Good. And I have to cut it with the die from the Christmas tree dies. This one right here. All right, why don't I use my little machine here. Okay, I'm just going to pop these open. I'm going to get my plates out. I'm going to get a 1 and 2 of the 2s. I don't know if you can see me here. Alrighty, I'm going to put my die on there. And I'm going to use some low-tack tape. Whoops, I moved it. This one, I've used this piece of tape a while, so I'm going to press it down good. Usually I wouldn't say to press it really hard, or else you might pull it back. All right, and then I'm going to put it onto my number 2 plate. I'm going to put my other number 2 plate on top, and then I'm going to cut. Now this is the small machine, and I have to say it's nice to have with you, because most of the time, I'd say 90% of my cuts are 3 inches or smaller. I don't need my big one as much as I need my small. So, if you're interested. Okay, so there's our tree. Put that away. Okay, now we're all There we go. All right. And now I'm going to get some dimensionals. I'm going to put my tree onto the label. I'm just going to cut a little side here to put at the tip of the tree. And then I'm just going to put 2 regular ones on here. Okay. I'm just going to center this in the middle here of this. Alrighty. Okay, now that this is dried, I want you to get your mesh metallic ribbon. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it through the hole here. I forgot to say, this piece that is 1 1/4 by 3/4, you could put one on the front too, but it's going to be covered, so I figured I wouldn't do that. Okay, we're going to go from the bottom to the top through the hole and wrap our mesh metallic ribbon around. Okay. And then I'm going to just tie a knot, and we're aiming to get a bow right above the hole that we just poked through. Okay. And I'm going to make a bow. Okay, and you don't want to cut them too short in case they want to tie their box back. All right, and there you go. Oops. Okay, that's the bow. All right, now kind of spread out your ribbon so that it covers the side of the box. Looks pretty like that. All right, and now I'm going to take a lot of dimensionals. And in order to hold this in place, I'm going to put 4 on the corners and 1 in the middle. Okay, not really the middle, but that's all right. And this will hold down the ribbon, and it will secure our decoration to the box. And I'm just going to put this in, in the middle. Just like that. Okay. Then I'm going to put a hole in the edge of our, this is a 1/8 inch punch. You could also use take your pick tool and keep sticking it through to make a hole if you don't have a small hole punch. And I forgot where I was supposed to before we tie the bow. You could tie this on separately if you wanted to too, with some silver cord from the, I think it's the Simply Elegant cord trim pack. All right, I'm just going to pull that through, and I'm going to tie the bow again. So I'm really glad that I left it long. There we go. Okay. All right, and then for the final touch, I'm going to use some of the metallic pearls, and my take your pick tool. I'm going to use the sticky end, and I'm going to put pearls all along the tree, just zigzag them. Okay, there you go. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial today. I did. I had a fun time with it. And if you have any questions, my contact information is below, and my blog address is below, the link, so that you can get all of the measurements, and also where you can purchase any Stampin' Up! Products. Alrighty, please subscribe and hit the notification bell, and hit the like button if you liked my project today. And I will see you next time. Have a great week. Bye.